What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Optimize You podcast. We are the podcast helping you optimize feeling and looking your best every single week. If you're new to the podcast, make sure you subscribe. If you're not new, make sure you share it with a friend, coworker, family member. We appreciate all the help. And now in today's podcast. Alrighty, so today, guys, I'm going to talk about stress. It's just something that has been a lot higher in my life for the last month and a half. And what I've realized with stress over the course of time is it's something that you really don't necessarily realize how high it is until it's been going on for a long period of time, right? At least for me. It's one of those things where, right away when you're under stress, like your body handles it a lot more, but it's like that stress just breaks you down over the course of weeks and even months to the point of where you can start to see you just don't feel like you're energized. Maybe your sleep starts to take a dip, or you find yourself tossing and turning. Maybe your appetite, like you're really going towards a lot more sugar and like just foods that are maybe like more caloric dense. Like your body starts to crave different types of foods. Maybe you start to like crave food more, like you're just eating more to deal with the stress. Like there's a lot of different things that I found. But like on this episode, what I want to just chat about is just kind of how I even realized the stress was really high and like what I've been doing to lower my stress. Right. And so basically what has been going on is that I just really in my job wasn't doing as good over the last like month or two. And so there was the stress of that. And then there was the stress of training, right? The stress of this new material that I was learning, this new thing I was able to sell in the job that, really gave it so that I didn't have much time outside of work over the course of 2 weeks. And so those things combined with other small things just kind of compounded to the point of where, I just really wasn't myself. I was just super stressed, not sleeping well. And I've kind of realized with the help of my fiance, Marissa, that I was just doing a lot of things in the morning that were contributing more to the stress. So I was so stressed about getting a workout in the morning, going on a walk and doing this and that, and like 15 things before I left for work, that by the time I even left for work, instead of having my morning be set up for myself where I, was able to relax and ease into the day and feel good going into the day and like kind of recharge the battery, so to speak, or kind of get some small wins or just feel relaxed actually heading into the day, I was going in already at like a 10 out of 10 stress, right? And then I'm stressed about the job and I'm stressed about this and that and all these different things. And so it just really led to not a great approach. And so started actually setting up my morning a lot better, right? So started actually getting up and, for the last week, I haven't worked out. I took a week off working out because I figured out that, I was trying to get this really quick workout in and this great workout in. And I think it was doing the opposite of what I was trying for it to do, right? Because I was going on like a 15-minute walk and then I was doing a 15-minute workout and then I was eating quick and showering and like rushing out the door. And it actually gets me stressed out just even like talking about it right now. And I can't believe it took me that long to figure it out. But now I get up and I go sit out on the patio, right? I go sit out outside and in nature, have a cup of coffee, have some electrolytes with my water and just relax for like 30 minutes, right? And then I can go on a walk if I want to. Then I can do yoga or get a workout in. But I found that just sitting out there and even doing like a short meditation out there, listening to calming music that makes me feel good. This last week, I felt better than I have in a long time because I haven't been rushing into those things. I've been actually giving myself like the space and time that I need in the morning to like ease into the day and not rush into anything. And, if I don't get the workout in right now, I'm fine with that because like my biggest goal is just getting it so that I actually feel good and I feel energized and I am not stressed, because stress is one of those things that it's just a killer. Like it really is a killer. And it is something that a lot of people have a lot of, and your body may be able to deal with it for a while, but it just eventually breaks you down, right? It breaks you down in a lot of different ways, right? And they say like this, that stress is like the main cause of a lot of diseases, right? It's just that constant stress over time. And me being somebody who is maybe more prone to higher stress, I'm trying to change the narrative there and just do whatever my body needs in that particular day to be as successful with the day, to be as relaxed going into the day. And then at night, I found that, I wasn't sleeping well because of it, because I had like all that stress. So then you get that cycle of stress leads to not as good as sleep, which leads to you waking up not feeling refreshed. You don't have as much energy throughout the day, maybe gravitating towards less quality foods. It's just that spiral of different things compounding to different things. It's like what I talk about with decisions, right? It's like if you don't get good sleep at night, or for me, when I don't get great sleep at night, like it's a lot easier for me to convince myself to do things that maybe I don't necessarily want to do, or that don't make me feel great. Right. And so then it's like those things, and then those things compound to other things, maybe less sleep makes it so you're not moving as much. You don't feel as good. Just a lot of different stuff. And so it's something that, really need to get a hold of. And it's something I'm grateful that I caught, because now I feel good. And, it's like a week now. I've been sleeping a lot better this past week as well, which leads to me having more energy, which leads to me actually performing better in the job. And, mentally, like I'm just in a better place with a headspace, just because that stress isn't something that like I'm ruminating about. And it's not something that, I'm not actually getting good sleep. So it's been great. And it's just something that, I wanted to pop on here for just a short episode, and just make sure that, if you are somebody listening to this and maybe you're struggling with sleep, or maybe, you have had a lot of stuff going on in your life, this is just a good reminder that it's always a nice thing to look at your day and kind of look at, especially how you're starting your day. And is it something that's actually working for you, or is it working against you? Right? Because it took me a long period of time to figure out that, how I've been going about my mornings for maybe even the last like 2, 3, 4 months. Like it took a while for it to actually show up in my life as like this crazy amount of stress, but like eventually it does. So if you can even catch it early, and you can look at what you're doing in the morning, and not that you have to have this crazy morning routine, that's always a huge topic out there in the industry of like, oh, you got to get a workout and a walk and a cold plunge and a sauna or a cold, whatever. Like there's a million different things. And I used to do that, where I had this morning routine that was like 3 hours long, and it's like you feel productive, but it's not productivity that actually moves the needle on anything in your life. Right. And so finding an approach that is simple for you, that helps you feel good going into the day, gets you into a good headspace, gets you energized and ready to go, and gets it so that when you do start your job for the day, you're not stressed out. Right? You're ready to go. You're ready to handle whatever that throws at you. You're ready to handle whatever the day throws at you, and you can make decisions that are going to actually move you forward. So hopefully this has been helpful. And if it was, all that we ask you is just that you just send this to somebody who you think can benefit from it. We appreciate you watching every single week, or listening to us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you do listen or watch the podcast. And hope you have a great rest of the day, a great rest of the week. I'll be talking to you soon.